I want to take you to our specialist desk editors and senior reporters. Kicking us off this afternoon is Nompumelelo Siziba from our economics desk. Good afternoon. Welcome back.
Good afternoon to us.
So let's start with the demerger. This has to do with Anglo-American. Talk me through it as slowly and as basically as you can.
Okay, well, for quite some time, Anglo-American, which is a sort of multi-commodity player, they've been looking to divest of Anglo-American Platinum, as well as De Beers, you know, their diamond outfit. But we're focusing on Anglo-American Platinum at the moment. So towards the end of the month, that is going to officially happen. It's going to be, Anglo-American Platinum is going to be spun out of Anglo-American, and it will become an entity called Valterra Platinum. Anglo-American itself will still own about 19.9% of Valterra Platinum, but it will be a standalone company. And there's also an arrangement whereby Anglo-American shareholders will receive 110 Amplats shares for every 1,075 Anglo-American shares they hold. So in essence, Anglo-American shareholders will have 110 Valterra shares if they own, you know, 1,075.
Sure.
So that's happening. Why is this happening? The reason why it's happening is that Anglo-American decided a while back that they wanted to concentrate on their core areas. This includes areas like iron ore, copper and other assets. So they just wanted to get that out of the way and also make sure that Anglo-American Platinum itself is a strong entity on its own. So
it's not linked in any way with the cyclical moves in the platinum sector and beliefs about the future, etc.
Well, look, at the end of the day, you know, when something's cyclical, it means that you have your good days and your bad days, but they've decided that this is no longer a core asset for them, and they've decided that, no, rather, but you can tell they're still keeping their toe in there. They're still holding about 20%.
Just never know when you'd want to be in it.
That's right.
And then later on in the week, there'll be a focus on the SAB, the Monetary Policy Committee of the South African Reserve Bank.
Yes.
We watch that very closely, don't we?
We really do. We don't mess around with that one. Unfortunately, the general expectation is that rates will be kept unchanged. The repo rate will remain at 7.5%. However, there's still a chance that we could get a cut. It's expected that there's going to be some divergence in terms of opinion on the MPC. That is, not everybody will be swinging in one direction or another, simply because, you know, there are lots of variables at play at the moment. The inflation rate is currently at 2.8%. That was the April number on a year-on-year basis. That's way below the Reserve Bank's target band. But at the same time, the Reserve Bank Governor Lesitsha has been looking to lower the inflation target. It wasn't mentioned in the budget that was just passed now. So maybe we'll get more color around whether the lowering of the inflation target is going to happen. So that's a kind of a burden as well. Also, the 90-day moratorium that Trump has put on the trade tariffs, we don't have any kind of certainty around that. We'll only have certainty at the next MPC, that is in July. And the Reserve Bank would be in a better position then to make a call on how to proceed with rates.
So just hold until you're clear.
Maybe, but you know what? We always pray, Nyana, that they give us a break.
Many people praying that prayer, Nompu, I can tell you. Budget 3.0 was delivered last week. Do we expect that now the full impact and meaning will be percolating and people will now be starting to, you know, unpack it and understand how it moves the needle?
Well, look, there is percolation that's going to be taking place in terms of, you know, the parliamentary committees that have to make, you know, decisions around the budget, the delivery thereof, I think before the end of July or before July. So that this thing can go ahead and that the division of revenue can be split and given to the municipalities and the provinces and so on and so forth. I do get a sense, because Cabinet approved it in essence, which is the GNU, the Government of National Unity, they will in turn vote for it in those parliamentary committees, and that hopefully it will be business as usual, and hopefully the next budget that we cover will be the medium-term budget.
Yeah, keeping fingers crossed there, right, that the turbulence is finally over. And then the other story you're looking at is the Infrastructure Summit, the SIS one. Tell me about it.
Yes, that's the Sustainability Infrastructure Development Symposium. It's taking place on the 26th and 27th, that is Monday and Tuesday, in Cape Town. It's basically a government hosted event. And it focuses on infrastructure. In the budget that was tabled, we heard once again that government's going to be spending over R1 trillion over the medium term.
Yeah.
This is a substantial amount of money. It will be in the hands of SOEs, it will be in the hands of municipalities, as well as provinces. And of course, they need to make good on the application of those funds and make sure that projects come to bear. So there's going to be a discussion around the projects that are currently existing, how to get them to the end, over the line efficiently, projects that are still yet to start, making sure that they have the capacity and the money, etc., bringing in the private sector as well to participate, put their money there as well. But a framework that is a PPP, a public-private partnership framework, is set to be introduced next month or so that when the private sector gets in on play, they know exactly what the rules of engagement are. So that's what this summit is going to be covering. And of course, it's very, very important. Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you for that, Nompu. Knowing everything that we know about infrastructure and how it directly impacts the quality of life that we live. When it's decaying, we have serious problems. So that's an important one to watch. That's Nompumelelo Siziba, a senior SABC News economics editor.